Hello and welcome back to Rick's Flix, and welcome back to the Magic Kingdom, where I have two fast passes. One for Big Thunder Mountain, the other for Space Mountain. You know what that means, right? Another installment of our Versus series. Big Thunder Mountain versus Space Mountain. Which one will end up King of the Mountains today? Let's go find out. Before we begin, we publish theme park videos on this channel all the time, so hit that subscribe button and that bell notification button so you'll know when another video is ready for you to view. And while you're clicking buttons, if you don't mind, perhaps you'd want to follow us on Instagram. We often do videos where you plan our day, so that'd be a good thing to do. Follow us on IG. Okay guys, that's enough talk. Let's get this battle for King of the Mountain started. The category for round one will be overall theming. The theming for Big Thunder Mountain is exquisite. It is so detailed, so rich, so in-depth. From the outside queue to all the cacti that is used as part of the vegetation, to just old Western materials thrown around on the ground, old wagon wheels, logs. You've got boxes full of explosives, because this is a mining site after all. Now, when you take the Fast Pass queue, you're going to miss out on some of the inside theming, but that's okay, we're going to save some time. The interior theming is almost as good as the exterior theming. Not quite though. I mean, I just have to hand it to them with the rocks that they've done, the mountain that they've built here, you know, the coloring that they've used for the rocks. And then of course, you got the theming of the ride vehicle itself, which of course is a railway, so you're on a train. The roller coaster is an actual mini train. Very cute, very clever. Of course it has to be a train. It's Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, so perfectly themed ride vehicle for this ride. And then as you're going through the ride itself, there's theming. You've got goats all over these mountains. You go through a little mining town. You've got possums hanging everywhere. The exterior queue, the interior queue, and then the on-ride theming and the ride vehicle. Pretty amazing here at Big Thunder Mountain. What about the theming of Space Mountain? I'll say this about the theming of Space Mountain. The building is iconic. The steel and concrete structure has become an icon for Disney and theme parks around the world. But the exterior building, like I said, iconic. It's beautiful. The only problem is it's a little obscured. You can't get like a good shot of it anymore. They've got like the gift shop out in front kind of blocks a little bit of the view, so I just wish the Space Mountain itself was a little more visible for us to enjoy. The ride vehicle is really cute. You're inside a little rocket. That's cute. The interior theming seems to be a little weak, especially by today's standards, but even when you compare it to, say, Big Thunder Mountain, the theming I don't think is as in-depth. The on-ride theming's a little weak as well. We have this one section where we see some astronauts working upside down. There's a section where you go through a little tunnel that's red and blue. But other than that, it's pretty dark, which, I mean, I guess you're in space, so you can kind of see the stars. So in that way, the theming kind of works, but as far as, you know, like theming we can enjoy, it's a little weak, the interior. When it comes to the interior theming of the queue, I would have to say, now I do enjoy the blue lights and kind of the bluish pinkish hue to the whole queue. I'm rhyming a little bit. But I have to say the exit queue to Space Mountain is the best part of the theming. As you exit that long hallway, to your right there will be several different scenes, space type scenes. Those are really cool. So for me, the best theming aspect of Space Mountain is actually the exit line. And for those reasons, the point for round one goes to Big Thunder Mountain. What about the thrills, Rick? Tell me about the Space Mountain thrills. Well, I'm glad you asked about the thrills, because I love me a thrill ride. And you guys know Space Mountain doesn't even exceed 30 miles per hour, right? So can it be thrilling, not going so fast? Darn right it can. In fact, because it's in the dark, that's what makes the thrills so exciting. You don't know when you're going to turn or drop or pop up or curve around. So this ride being a dark ride, even though it's at a low speed, is very, very thrilling. And I'm a guy who likes speed, so the fact that I can really get some big thrills with Space Mountain and it not even topping 30 miles per hour, that's a big achievement. Now, Space Mountain does not offer the biggest thrills in all of Walt Disney World, but here in Magic Kingdom, if you want a thrill, this is the ride you'll want to hit up. When it comes to thrills, Big Thunder Mountain does deliver a few small thrills, but this is a family coaster at heart. So you're not going to have big drops, no loops, anything like that. It doesn't match Space Mountain when it comes to thrills. You do have a good bit of speed as you come around some curves. There's one section of the track that it feels kind of wobbly. That's pretty fun. But as far as big thrills that you can get on a big roller coaster, not going to get them here. Okay guys, having just gotten off both rides, I can tell you the more thrilling ride between Big Thunder Mountain and Space Mountain is Space Mountain. Space Mountain takes round 2. But how fun is the ride? Round 3, ride enjoyment. As previously mentioned, Big Thunder Mountain does not deliver with the big thrills. However, it does pack a big punch when it comes to just being fun and overall ride enjoyment. And the track is fun, though there are no big dips and drops. It's enough just to be fun. It's a real smooth ride, very enjoyable, especially going around those curves and then over the part of the track that has the humps. It's a close call, but round number 3 barely goes to Big Thunder Mountain. Round 4, what are we going to do for round 4? It's going to be nostalgia. This was a tough category for me to decide on, and not so much who was going to win it, but if I should use it. But I feel like Disney invokes a lot of nostalgia, so this would be a good category for these 2 mountain rides. Opening in January of 1975, Space Mountain is a bit older than Big Thunder Mountain. However, it was not open on opening day. But with that being said, 1975 was a long time ago. And since 1975, this ride has become a worldwide classic. People love it from all over the world. Happy memories from many a childhood, and a lot of people, this is the first roller coaster they went on. So of course it's going to carry a lot of weight, going to carry a lot of nostalgia. And just in the case of theme park history and Walt Disney World history, this was like one of the very first indoor coasters. So it's got that on its side as well. Big Thunder Mountain is a very popular ride here. In fact, it was harder for me to get a fast pass for Big Thunder than it was for Space Mountain. However, Big Thunder Mountain is younger than Space Mountain. It opened in the 80s versus early 70s for Space Mountain. So I do have some nostalgia for this ride, especially when I think back to my high school grad night. That's where they opened up the park for high school graduates, and this was one of my favorite memories of that night. So there is some nostalgia related to this ride for many people. I think many people do have fond feelings for Big Thunder Mountain, but those who grew up with the Disney parks as they were opened and new rides came online, I don't think it's going to carry the weight that say like Space Mountain has with nostalgia for people who actually grew up with the parks. Not quite at the end yet, guys. You're almost there though. I want to remind you, click that subscribe button and that bell notification button so you'll know when another video is ready for you to view. So after 4 rounds, we find ourselves tied 2-2. What are we going to do? We're going to turn to the fans. On Instagram, we had a fan vote, and the results are in. Now I know what some of you are thinking, that I'm wimping out by not deciding myself, turning it over to the fans, and to that I say, you're right, I am wimping out. So here we go, the fan vote. Space Mountain versus Big Thunder Mountain. King of the Mountains, as decided by you guys. A score of 56% to 44%. Space Mountain wins, remains King of the Mountains. With a final score of 3-2, Space Mountain wins. Personally, I was leaning the other way, but this is a team effort on this channel, and you guys have chosen Space Mountain to remain King of the Mountains. And with all that being said, don't miss the magic, don't miss the fun. Thanks for watching Rich Flix, and now it's time to relax.
I'd like to take a moment and thank those friends of the channel who took the time and bought us a cup of coffee recently. First up, we have Kevin and Maria. Good luck planning your January trip, guys. Next up, we have Daria. She'll be visiting Universal this November. Have a good time, Daria. And now a big thank you to the Craigs. Thank you for the support, guys. We really appreciate it on this channel. And thank you so much to the Moyer family. I'm so sorry you didn't bump into me either, guys. Thank you so much for the butterbeer, Nija and Kevin. Nija, I really hope I'm saying that right. And here's a big thank you and a shout out to the Webb family, Shirley, Joshua, Kelsey Lee, and Matthew. And thank you so much to some friends from Springfield, Illinois, Scott and Jessica. They'll be visiting both parks, Disney and Universal, on their honeymoon January 2020. Congratulations, guys.